Hi, good evening, and welcome to session number 2. So, today we are going to do the first project in the Terraform. But come to the technical part. In the session number 1, we covered the theory part. What is a Terraform and futures especially. Code reusability is the main target. And come to the lab technical part. I explained to you how to install AWS CLI, then how to configure AWS configure command -fn profile, some name. The name is anything. Generally, here I am using root name. Then it will ask you provide the access keys and secret access keys of your AWS account. Then a relationship will be born or created between your local laptop to AWS account. Then we installed Visual Studio Code and added one extension related to Terraform. That's all. These two things only we completed from the last session. So, but what about Terraform code software? It's one application. Where is that code? Are we installed anything from the previous session?
No.
Didn't install anything in the previous session. So Terraform installation I'm going to explain to you. Today's session is important. First one, installation of the Terraform tool or software assembly. Simple. Go to the any one of the browser. Terraform download. There is no complex one. And different operating systems are available here. Mac related one, Windows, and in the Linux, different distributions are available. You can see very clearly available on the screen. So whenever you are working with Windows, select AMD 64. This is related to processor. Just to download this file and go to that location. For our convenience, I am copying on the desktop. This is a software. One second. Yeah, this is a software. If you extract this file, you have some documentation and your .exe file. This is very, very important one. And now you can see presently I am on the desktop. On the desktop, there is a one folder is there. In this area, if I run cmd.exe, yeah, the current same location, I can run the Terraform now. Happily, it is working. There is no error. Observe here, same from the same location. If I run, it is working. 1.14.4. And remember this name also, Windows AMD 64 related to your, for Windows, any Windows operating system, you can install it. Now the question is, if I go to the another location, if you try to run the Terraform, it won't work. Can you guess what we have to do? I want to run the Terraform command from any location. What we have to do?
We have to
environment variable path.
Yeah, environment variable path. So first, where your .exe is available, just copy that path, any location, and go to the start button. Type edit. You can see edit the system environment variables. And by default, you are landed in the advanced tab. In the advanced tab, you can see the third box. Environment variables are available. You can use any one of them. User level, okay. System level, okay. Any one of them is fine. But my suggestion, go with system variables. Nothing but all users of your server can use this one. Any one of them. This is dedicated to one user. It is all users of the server. If you scroll down, there is something available path. Click on edit, not new. Already some extensions we added previous, not we, I mean already available some of them, you can see. Now add a new, copy that folder wherever you have a .exe file. The .exe file is available. This .exe file is available. Otherwise, I will do one thing, guys. I will keep this one in the E drive. That is safest spot. So the E drive name information you need to write here. So click on one more time, edit. You have a terraform.exe file. Just write the drive letter or folder name where you have the .exe file. Don't write Terraform name. Just a folder name you have to give. Okay, okay, okay. Now, technically, now if you open CMD, from anywhere you can run the Terraform. Not only this location, even if you go to the E drive, then also you can run the Terraform from this location. From any location, it is going to work. Simple. Any confusion? Maybe if you are feeling this is downloading, copy pasting, if it is a complicated, I will add with today's recorded video. Yeah, this is
Naga, what about Mac?
one second. Mac. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm adding that downloaded software .war file. Okay, come back to Mac here. There is a pkg files. Just directly run this one. Same here also AMD.
ARM, AMD, these two is there. AMD is the left one.
Yeah, AMD, not ARM. My mistake, not this one.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Simple. Lab setup is very easy. Okay, then. So one thing, yeah, it is a code reusability is the main target. But the terms are different, but if you compare with your daily usage, take one folder. Everything you need to perform in the folder only, but you should call as a Terraform project. This folder you can call as a Terraform project. Folder level only, everything. Okay, for example, this is in the GUI mode and in the CLI mode, I am explaining to you beautifully. So for example, the folder, I am working in the folder name, Terraform project. Na? Let's take folder name in the D drive, project 1. This is a folder name. In the D drive, one of the folder name is a project 1, simply. Folder name is a project 1, not D drive other thing. Project 1, which is located in the drive. Go to that location. For example, D drive. What is the command prompt? How the command prompt is available? You can see. Like in this way available. Same thing. Here also. But you are in that folder. D drive, project 1. In the folder, presently nothing. It's just a folder. Open the folder. Now I'm in the CLI mode, command line interface. Here I'm in the folder. You need to write your required infrastructure as a code. You need to write your required infrastructure as a code. So definitely create a file or files only. Any file, files. You can create file. Only we can create 2 types of files from our end. Initially, I am explaining to you. You can create any file name inside of it. Only 2 types of extensions you can write from our end. Presently, remember these 2 extensions. Write any file name, any name before anything. I am writing main, but anything you can write it, main.tf. Even write only one file or more than one also you can write it. Test or var.tf and other.tf. So in the folder, in the Terraform, it actually now as of now there is no Terraform link. So you can, if you want to write Terraform code for any cloud, you can write the specific code inside of this file. And now these files, what we can call technically?
Configuration files.
Yeah,
TF
configuration.
files.
It's a configuration file. It's a technically these all are the configuration files .tf extension ones. As a user, we can create only two type of extension files, TF and TFS. Present TFS, please wait. Again, if I explain again, we will go to the different topic. Okay, you will learn this training inside of that. You will learn the capability to writing the code. Maybe you can write one file. Minimum one TF file is required. Before name is not fixed one. Anything you can take it. Okay, now tell me somewhere my in the over the internet my AWS cloud is there, and in my laptop I written the code. Anyhow, you have a credentials is there, but who is going to convert your Terraform HCL language, Terraform files you're writing, configuration files in the form of HashiCorp configuration language, but HashiCorporation language is not understandable by your cloud. Am I right?
Yes.
Even if you take any other cloud or other technology which is supporting by Terraform, the cloud cannot understand your Terraform code or infrastructure as a code. Then,
We use a provider here.
yeah, we need a provider or simply like a plugin. Where the plugin we have to install plugin or provider?
When we run the Terraform in it,
Yeah,
during the
I
provider
mean,
section, it
in
will
our local
download.
laptop only we have to run. You are correct. In our local laptop only we have to run. Am I right? So
Yes, sir.
once if you just created a folder inside you return the Terraform configuration. One otherwise take only one file. Maybe you will get some confusion.
One question here, sir. One question. So we write main.tf, var.tf, others.tf. So by naming itself, we know this is a main.tf is for where we keep the main Terraform code variable. We are using it variable. And whereas others.tf, I may use it for some secret information to store. But how the Terraform will get to know which TF file have what kind of data, how it will load and execute during the Terraform running time.
Okay, great. Really, the assumption is wrong. If you write, for example, one to code here, example, something related to main, some variables related code 3, 4. Okay. And some code is available. How it is going to segregate, that is your question. Am I right?
Yeah, once we
And
segregated, how
yeah.
Terraform we understand the
Oh,
same code.
actually, you are writing files for your understanding purpose. But when you run any Terraform code, it will take all TF extension file code into one entity only, not individual. It will, when you run Terraform any command, it will consider all TF files code as a one entity only. For our understanding purpose only, we are writing into multiple files. Excellent.
Okay, so all these files will be loaded into memory and will combine together once, and Terraform will take a decision.
Then yes, absolutely. If you whatever the TF extension files are there in the project, making as one file, not one file, one entity, and upon that your provided command will work. Even if I write 10 files or if I write one file, is there any difference?
No.
No, definitely no. But as a Terraform, I mean engineer, when you write back where, okay, we can write the variable concept. But really that is not correct. If you are writing where means your Terraform going to understand it is like a variable. Anything is fine. When you run any code, all TF extension files, it is going to take as a one entity. Then it is trying to apply your provided command upon that, not individually. Really, it is excellent concept. Okay, fine. So definitely, to you have some code, you have your credentials, everything is good. But who is a mediator? Mediator is not there. Am I right? Mediator is not there. Am I right? Are you agree? There is a provider to cloud also. Different versions are there, or not? Terraform code, cloud. Yesterday I provided to you version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, backward compatibility. Understandable to everyone?
Yes, Naga.
Yeah.
Yes.
So different provider, I mean, say AWS purpose only. AWS purpose only. AWS provider is available from the Terraform end, but different provider versions are available. So when you want, if you want to run Terraform command, the first command we need to run, very first time inside of your project, go to the folder and write the first command, that is a in case sensitive format. I mean, in Windows point, okay, not case sensitive. Run like Git, similar to Git init, Terraform init, you have to write it. Can you give me one question answer? When I run Git init, which type of elements created in the existing folder?
Dot
Dot
Git.
directory is created.
Dot Git will be
TRF file
created.
is created.
So dot Git is going to create it to communicate with a remote repository to local repository communication purpose, that will be maintained. Am I right? In the Git. But once if you run this one, here without your interaction, there is a one hidden folder will be created in the same folder structure. What is the meaning of hidden folder? How can you call a folder is a hidden folder? Any file is starting with a dot, you can call that is a hidden folder or hidden file. If it's starting with a dot, hidden file. Starting with a dot, can I call hidden folder? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Starting with folder. Inside the folder structure also important. Terraform slash registry.terraform.io slash providers. The folder structure is important. I will write that one. Again, I will check. So .terraform inside registry.terraform.io. HashiCorp only written the code. Providers, AWS, and inside of their version presently, and your operating system underscore AMD. Inside of these only your .exe file will be loaded. It is a provider. Really, this is a one. And one more thing, there also one more file will be created. One more file will be created. .terraform log.hcl. This is not for you. It is also hidden file. Log.hcl. It will maintain what is the latest version in the folder. What is the latest version in the AWS till today? 6.2.4. This is the latest version. Am I right? Version is latest only, na?
Yes,
Yes.
for AWS.
For AWS point, this is a 6. If you don't know about the version, also happy. If you don't know the version of the Terraform, it is going to pick up the latest version only. Now the question is, what exactly Terraform it does? Really, before you build any type of maybe to example, I'm writing these 3 files, going to create 3 servers. So we need some workspace before building any type of infrastructure on the AWS cloud. So the first command you have to run in your project, that is git init. Maybe this code you are taking from the Git repository or anywhere. First, initially you are writing exactly from you with your hands. You are writing the 6 lines of code in 3 files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inside of the folder, you need to run a first command git terraform space init. So it download the necessary providers or plugin software. Really, it is very interesting one. And this is a reason, and this folder only reason Once if you come, for example, you need to remember, there is a one command is there, Terraform apply. Then after it is really going to create the infrastructure. After creation of the infrastructure, the created infrastructure is maintained by whom? Yes. Guys, remember, for example, your Terraform it is just going to download the required software. There is a final command is there, Terraform apply. If you run Terraform apply, your actual infrastructure will created in the cloud. Once creation is completed, my words are very important. Once the creation is successfully completed, that information written by in the Terraform TF state file inside of the folder only created. So what it will contain? Your current state. How many elements created by your Terraform? That state only there. But who is creating this Terraform state? That is with the help of the .terraform only. .terraform folder only they are responsible for everything. Actually, don't go to the directly Terraform. So what is the Terraform in it? Just it is a command of that Terraform. It is going to download the provider or plugin. This is the very first command in your system or in the project. It's the very first command. Run in the folder. It is download the required providers. So Terraform in it, or if you want, you can upgrade this one also. If any changes, second time, third time, no chance. Only one time for one project. If you do any changes in the version, please run this command upgrade. Initially, that is Terraform init only. After that, if you do any changes in the future, you can use the upgrade. And second command is Terraform
Sir,
plan.
question here.
Yeah.
So when it say upgrade, so now I increase the version of my provider, is it? So 6.28 to 6.29. So then I need to do the Terraform init -hyphen upgrade, is it?
Yes, correct. Simply.
But if I mention in the .terraform itself, file itself, when I do Terraform init, would it not will go and download this latest Terraform version, and it will be install the latest plugins provider, right? It should supposed to do that, right?
I mean, for example, 6.28 you are running and everything is working. You upgraded the version manually. So your code never run.
Terraform manually, if I install, then if I change in the Terraform folder, right, .terraform file, 6.28 to 6.29.
Yes, then only you have to run. Not in the folder. There is a specific block is available Terraform. Not in the folder. We need to write in the code only. Clear?
Okay, sir. So instead of mentioning this folder, we have to mention in the
right,
provider version in the code.
Yes. Which file containing your current version information? Which file containing inside of that? What is the current version?
The .terraform has this version.
log.scl.
Sir,
please.
When we are talking about this Terraform .stat files, so it will be single file will be maintained or on daily basis.
Single file and daily basis? No, both are not.
I mean, so if at all the single file means whenever we are changing some state of a particular AWS environment, maybe we are adding one VM. So the automatically state file will be changing, right?
Yes,
so
only
for the total environment, only single file it will be.
Single word, single character only, not entire all files. Single word.
Okay.
Naga, one question actually.
Yeah, please.
If you perform Terraform upgrade, it will upgrade the Terraform version or provider version also?
Provider only, not related to your real infrastructure. Only this command purely related to Terraform. Init command purely related to this folder and this file only. There is nothing.
Okay.
Your real-time infrastructure only execute when you run Terraform apply only.
Sir,
So there is a
now
one more file is available, Terraform plan.
Sir,
Really, plan is not. Wait, please wait. Second command. This is a one just a provider, but if provider provider is there. You are downloaded one provider, but the provider will not do anything. Just you downloaded the provider. Your code is ready. Your cloud is ready. You need to provide another command. Then only this code will be taken by provider and convert to your cloud understandable API call. But how to call that one? Okay, you downloaded the provider by init. If you have downloaded the provider, which means everything is not completed. Again, you have to run another command. Actually, plan is optional one. Plan is nothing but Terraform space plan. It is like a dry run. Otherwise, preview. This is the correct word, I believe. Preview. Safety first, real in any scenario. Just it will show you what to be created. Not only to be created, real remember. Plus symbol creation, minus for deletion, tilt operator for the modification. These three symbols it will show you on the screen. What to be created, what minus means deletion. First time everything plus only. But when you run Terraform plan, based on these three symbols, you can understand what are the changes to be happen if you run Terraform apply. Remember, when you run Terraform plan, it will show you what are the changes to be affected if you run apply. So it generates an execution plan and it tells you like what will be happen. Simply what will happen or which resources will be created, modified, not modified, deletion. Last one is a modification. But Terraform plan really not affect to you, your environment. Really, this is the best option. Why? Because in not future, in next session after, here I am going to use -out variable. If you are really working on the Terraform infrastructure, you can understand -out variable concept. It is optional, but I will strongly recommend this one. And once if you feel everything is correct, so Terraform plan is just dry run. There is nothing. In it, just downloading the provider. So when you have a proper credential and when you have a provider, then you can run the Terraform apply. But really Terraform apply always ask you one more time your confirmation. So this is the actual command which is going to create or modify or delete your infrastructure based on your code. The magics will happen by using this command only. When you run this command, the meaning is, hey, Terraform, please create anything, maybe not only creation, these resources, please update in the cloud. And before that, already you are very clear, you have seen the plan. Now we are going to make the changes, real-time changes. And once it is created, really this word is important. That information, for example, it is creating two VMs. The two VMs information written in the TF state file. But apart from these three commands, I will tell you one more logic. You can, this is my personal choices. Terraform FMT you can use before plan. FMT is nothing but like a proper alignment, like a housekeeper. How the housekeeper maintain the things in a proper position. Like that, the code will take proper alignment. proper format it will take. FMT is completely optional. I'm not saying to you how to use this one. But one thing, what about the version? See, remember when, let's take here. First of all, I am taking one folder very first time. This is my folder, my first project one. I am opening the Visual Studio Code. Go to the file. Please enable auto save. Go to the folder and my first project. Select that one. Folder selection. And then inside of this box, click on anywhere. Otherwise, this plus symbol, first plus symbol. Any name you can use, but extension is important here. Guys, if you are feeling this theme is not good, don't use first 10 to 15 days any AI tools. If you use the AI tools, it is a complex to you guys. You cannot understand the language. So first of all, you need to tell the Terraform provider information. Terraform provider AWS version. You need to tell that one. Really, this everything black. Terraform after, you can see. Terraform after there is no equal symbol. And this is a fixed keyword. Open line, open bracket, always maintaining the same line. Open bracket. Here anywhere, never use, don't use anywhere with single quotes. Any string is coming, you need to write in the double quotes. Strings like names. So Terraform is a one block is available. This is purely optional, but better to remember. And required provider, even if you don't know, control space bar. Control space bar, required provider. It is a one more block. My provider name is AWS. Again, you can write AWS is a data type. Equal symbol is there. Please wait. Don't get any confused. Source, from where this is coming, HashiCorp only return this code. HashiCorp only return this code for AWS. Version is 6.2, 8.0. You can use it. Maybe you can use less than or equal or greater than or equal. All symbols are valid only. Sir, how can you remember in day one only you're writing this type of code? Really, it is out of our target. Why? Because if you go to the Terraform AWS folder, first time Terraform AWS documentation. So this is official documentation. You can observe here, same thing I written. If you are not using, if you don't know the version, even if you skip this black, by default, it is going to interact with the latest version. But having the idea is important. Having the idea is important. You can skip initial days. So this is fine. But okay, provider leave it, sir. By default, it is going to take the latest one. Happy. What about your credentials? There is a one block is there. Provider block is the first one. Provider. You can see just I'm typing provider, then press enter. Observe the right side blue color line. Provider black. Black means there is no equal symbol. Provider black. Provider name is AWS. Fixed name. Inside, if you don't want yesterday's concept, you can write the access keys. You can write secret access keys. You can write visible to everyone, but you can write here. But what we did in yesterday's session, what we did in yesterday's session, is it good practice to expose inside of the file?
No, sir. No.
Really, it is not a good practice.
We configure AWS CLI.
Yeah, but it is possible. Are you agreeing this for that one? I mean,
Yeah,
if you want, you can directly write here. But one second, I disable that key. Just give me few seconds time. Few seconds time you can give. I'm connecting to my AWS account. Please wait. Yes, you can see again I executed AWS configure file. What is the name I'm maintaining inside of my machine? Okay. So same name I'm going to use in my configuration. Yes. So either you can write access keys, secret access keys in this way with the double quotes. Otherwise, there is a one variable is there, profile. Which name you provided, you can write that one. Is it fine? Simple. This is a communication or connection between your account to this local Terraform machine. Any confusion?
But how we will protect that file?
I mean,
Where we have our passcode and the security key are there, how we can protect that file?
yeah, we can use like a SSL, not encryption is the best option. But which are available in your local login, not like a common location. Exclusively, that folder is available to you in the login user home directory only. Am I right? Login user home directory only, na .aws folder is available. Yes. .aws. Yeah. But provider is going to create anything in your AWS cloud?
No.
Really, no. If you want to create anything, which block is required? Block means some name, then after open close the bracket. This is a block. Any equal operator is there, that is a data type, please remember. And profile is there. What is a profile? It is a argument value. If you want to create anything, definitely we have to run a command. So now in this scenario, you have to run only one thing. Presently, with this provider, we cannot do anything. Definitely, we need something to create the resources. Can you guess what is that? Which block is required to create anything in the AWS cloud?
Resource block.
Resource block. So resource block means some word resource, then after you can see block. There is no equal operator. Presently, we don't have any idea about this is resource block. So simply, so can I run by this one? Can I run my any command? Terraform command, can I run? With providing only provider block, can I run any command here?
Terraform init.
Yeah, definitely, that is possible. So just use control backtick operator. You will get your current working directory, nothing but this folder name. Yeah. Then Terraform init. But before that, one advantage to you. Okay, first time you can initialize this one without any upgrade. Simply very first time I'm creating this one. Yes, you can see that one. And what is the meaning of backend? Any idea? Backend? What is the meaning of backend? Any meaning, any existing idea about the backend? Backend is nothing but your TF state file only. Who is going to create TF state file after successful deployment of the resources? Yes, your .terraform folder only. Please read these lines carefully. You will get more information. So once if I run this command, just have a look carefully. Yeah, you can have a look. So initialize the backend, the first line. Initializing the backend second time. Third word is initializing the provider plugin. So are we provided any version information inside of the configuration file?
No.
No, there is no even any word related to my provider 6.2.0. But you can see finding the latest version of HashiCorp AWS, installing the latest version, and trusted one, it is signed by HashiCorp, created by. And observe the next line. Terraform has created a log file. Yes, am I covered this word in the image? Yes. So Terraform has created a log file terraform.log.hl to record the provider sections it made above. I mean, if you create any in deployment, the deployed infrastructure version information it will maintain. Include the file in your version control repository so that Terraform can guarantee to make the same selection by default when you run Terraform in future. I mean, just version number it will record. And read the yellow color one. This green color. Terraform has successfully initiated. Now, what is the next one? Generally, we won't read these words, but very important here now. You may have begun working with Terraform. Try running Terraform plan to see any changes that are required for your infrastructure. All Terraform commands should be now work. If you ever set or change modules or backend configuration for Terraform, rerun, you can rerun this command to which command? If you do any changes for, please remember, again, if you ever set or change modules, we don't know presently, any configuration changes in the Terraform, backend configuration related to provider. So you have to rerun this command with upgrade version. Yes. And observe the folder structure. I'm going to that folder and see the folder structure. It is created one hidden folder inside of your location. Not only one. How many folders created? Have a look carefully. How many folders created? Only one. And if I open this file, what information I can get?
Provider
information with a signed certificate. A signed certificate with a provider information. This is like a PEM file. Do you have the same thing on the screen? Yes. Don't modify this file directly, which is not control of you, which is managed by backend Terraform file. I mean, this .terraform will manage this. Okay, now you can see the folder structure. After opening .terraform provider, then terraform.registry.io inside written by HashiCorp for whom? AWS version and your operating system, and then you can see your .exe file. Next line, but it's not almost 700 MB file. It is really we cannot, and generally we will skip each line, but every statement written very carefully on this screen. Easily available. This is very straightforward, easily available to you. Fine. Now tell me guys, what is the exact use of the plan? Okay, init okay, provider will install. What is the difference between plan to apply?
Plan for review and apply to create the resources.
Actual real time.
Nothing but dry run.
Plan is simply like dry run or preview, and apply is the actual command. But when you run apply, definitely one more time it will ask your confirmation. When you run apply, you can see just without any resource, I will try to run this one Terraform. Okay, let's see. I'm giving some tab. My suggestion, if you run FMT, please observe the line number 2. Any changes happen? Yeah. Any changes in the alignment?
Yes, it truncate the spaces.
It has aligned as per the format, required format.
Yes. Plan I'm running, just I'm not using any other one. Plan. See, no changes. There is nothing, no infrastructure. Really, there is nothing. Even if I run Terraform apply, really, it is asking you your confirmation. You can observe. Asking your confirmation. Real, there is nothing to create it. Now tell me, in this stage, what is the next concept we need to concentrate? You no need to write Terraform Black actually. Terraform Black you can skip it. Latest version it will take. Provider only one word. And don't write anywhere single quotes. Single quotes, don't write it. If you write single quotes, error it is showing very clearly on the screen. Even if I run plan also, you can observe the change. Oh, it's yesterday's command. Error at line number 2. Is it supporting single quotes like to represent any string? No. Should use double quotes. Again error, one more extra. Super. Now it is a time to understand. We need to focus on the resource black. We need to understand about the resource black that I will start in. Resource black only. The syntax is resource, cloud service name, and you can give some alias name and open bracket, closing bracket. That's all. This is syntax. So this name will given by cloud vendor only. That is like your service name. And this is name anything you can provide for your file only. For example, VM01. One resource, how to get that one? We need to learn the documentation, how to read the documentation. This name is not fixed in your hand, from your hand, not from your end. We need to go to the document. Then which arguments are required and what is the data type? Which argument is there? What is the data type? Argument name, data type. Some are the meta arguments will come. These are the you will slowly understand in the next section. Is it fine to everyone? Till now? Till
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So resource black is tomorrow. So please don't waste. Tomorrow again I will move slowly. Why? Because in the resource block only metadata arguments will come again. Only today's session you can expect only these 3 lines. And then Terraform init command. Even plan apply will not show you any difference. Okay, fine.
What is recommended to have a required provider or only provider?
Most of the time you are going to work with latest version only. Terraform Black optional to use. Most of the time. But some infrastructure should run only 6.28. For example, today latest version is 6.9. Some code only work in 6.28. That time you have to write hard-coded version. That time definitely you need to write the Terraform Black. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
But one benefit to you, backward compatibility. Okay, guys, this is for today.
Sir, I have 2 questions.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
in real time, we have a multiple people around, right, who are managing this Terraform. So in this case, we just have for authentication, we just gave our AWS a token and then user ID mapped to a profile called root, right? But normally, when we have in real time, like in organization, when we have 5 people who are working on Terraform, right? How the authentication will be managed? Sir? Are we using
We
any
having profiles.
assume roles?
Profiles.
Different profiles, different roles, IAM permissions we are going to provide. Everyone we won't provide the full permission. User level access is available for each user.
Okay. Understand, sir. One last question, sir. Now we are using the provider 6.28, right? Assume if we are in some backward version of 6.20, 6.25. So if we wanted to come to latest, right? So that's where we run Terraform init and hyphen upgrade, right?
Upgrade, yeah, right.
That directly take us to latest version 6.28, right?
Yes.
Instead of going to 6.28, if suppose we wanted to go to a specific version 6.25 or 6 or 7, that case, how, sir? We have to mention that version
Mention
in
the
the
word, yeah. You need to write the word hard-coded one. I mean,
in the
for
provider.
example, you can consider your code want to run in the 5.0 version, example. So that time you have to write these words. So source #corporation #corp AWS version, you have to write 5.0.2 greater than or equal. Greater than or equal to, or only exactly equal to. This version only, not above. Only take this version only. So this provider only going to download in your machine. You can see. So what is the mistake here? There is some syntax error it is showing. What is the syntax error? Oh, closing bracket, provider. You can, if you run this Terraform in it, now which version is going to, oh, somewhere bracket is missing, open bracket. Third is missing. Yeah, one more is missing.
Yeah.
Now which version is going to download now based on this code?
5.0.2.
So 5.0.2.
But really that version is available or not, we are not sure. Just I'm writing 2.7, okay? Just random.
Yeah.
Started, what is that upgrade? Already available. This is the one only we expected.
Yes.
Okay, see you in tomorrow. Interesting topics. Don't miss first 15 hours. Thank you.